Young Sheldon is finally called out for its biggest mistake. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Of caution. Episode 15 of Young Sheldon's 6th season contains spoilers. Finally, Young Sheldon is criticized for its most significant error, neglecting Missy Cooper. Sheldon's sister was one of the first Cooper family members to appear on The Big Bang Theory, but she was seldom given any screen time on the CBS series. But The Big Bang Theory made good use of her brief but memorable appearance, which made her an instant favorite among fans. Young Sheldon has the chance to capitalize on Missy's interest because it explores Sheldon's life in Texas with his family before relocating to Pasadena. But regrettably, it keeps wasting the character, and now the prequel is finally called out for it. Missy has consistently shown herself to be the best Cooper family member. She is the most well-rounded of George and Mary's children, despite not being as intelligent as Sheldon or as talented as Georgie. Paige's return to Young Sheldon emphasizes that it can no longer ignore Missy and disappoint her. A guest star might easily have a plot if the family comedy can create an engaging personal arc for her. This critique is finally addressed on the show after years of marginalization, and Missy herself speaks out about it. Missy's Young Sheldon issue comes to a head in teen angst and a smart boy walk of shame, when she confronts her parents for consistently ignoring her. Her annoyance, which had been building for some time, is made worse when her parents neglect to pick her up from school when Mandy gives birth. When Missy is eventually picked up from school by the worried Mary and George after an incident, she confronts them about her problem and accuses them of prioritizing Sheldon and now Georgie because of Baby making her feel excluded. This is really a meta comment about how CBS keeps failing her character. Missy gave each member the emotional assistance they required as they worked through their individual problems toward the end of Young Sheldon Season 5. Even if she did a good job in that part, Young Sheldon cannot keep treating her like a supporting character when she is one of the most fascinating characters on the program. This is made worse by the fact that it is easy to give her an engaging storyline. Her high school years are a wealth of storylines that may be explored in a prequel to The Big Bang Theory. It's now obvious that Young Sheldon is better off without Sheldon, and Missy's absence as a central figure is bad for the show's prospects. This is particularly true if CBS wants to carry on with the show after Sheldon, who was 14 when he moved to Pasadena, as established in The Big Bang Theory. At that point, the network could easily change the show's name and concentrate on Missy and the rest of the family, extending the run of TV's top comedy. It will probably be more challenging to accomplish this possible adjustment, though, if they keep ignoring her. Young Sheldon is finally called out for its biggest mistake.
Young Sheldon,
Fans are
the
furious.
prequel
To the wildly popular sitcom, The Big Bang Theory, has won over audiences with its charming cast, quirky humor, and heartwarming stories. But what if we told you that the show has been hiding a huge mistake? One that fans are only just starting to realize. The truth behind this blunder might shock you, and some fans are demanding answers. Fans of Young Sheldon have been obsessing over the show for years, analyzing every detail of Sheldon Cooper's childhood with a microscope. From his genius intellect to his social awkwardness, the show has carefully depicted the early life of one of television's most iconic characters. But now, it seems like the creators of Young Sheldon have finally been called out for a massive oversight that's hard to ignore. So what exactly is this biggest mistake that has fans fuming? It all comes down to a glaring contradiction between Young Sheldon and The Big Bang Theory, one so significant that it's been impossible to ignore anymore. Could this oversight ruin the legacy of the show? Keep reading to find out more about the mistake that has left fans scratching their heads. The flaw fans are finally noticing. When Young Sheldon first hit the airwaves, fans were excited to see a deeper dive into Sheldon Cooper's backstory. The show has always highlighted his childhood in Texas, with young Sheldon navigating life as a child prodigy while trying to fit in with a family that doesn't fully understand him. However, there's something that fans are now realizing doesn't quite add up. This mistake was hiding in plain sight, but it wasn't until recently that the online community has really started to call it out. The mistake revolves around Sheldon's family dynamics, especially his relationship with his brother, George Jr. For years, fans have known that Sheldon's older brother, George Jr., is portrayed as somewhat of a dumb jock in The Big Bang Theory. His lack of intelligence is often referenced as a point of frustration for Sheldon, who seems to think George Jr. is one of the less bright members of their family. But here's the problem. Young Sheldon paints a very different picture of George Jr. as a character. In the prequel, George Jr. is shown as someone with more depth and intelligence than we ever saw in The Big Bang Theory. While he might not have the same level of intellect as Sheldon, George Jr. is depicted as someone who is at least relatively capable of understanding his brother's quirks, and even shares a few heartwarming moments with him. He's not a complete dummy, and this depiction is starkly different from what's presented in the later show. So what happened here? Was George Jr. written poorly in The Big Bang Theory, or is young Sheldon retconning his character to fit a more redeemable mold? Fans are divided, and some feel that this sudden shift in character arc is a blatant oversight that shouldn't have been made in the first place. How can Sheldon go from calling George Jr. stupid to interacting with him in a much more mature and understanding way? It's one of the show's biggest contradictions. Fans speak out. Why are they so angry? The online fanbase of young Sheldon has been vocal about the inconsistency. Some argue that the contradiction undermines the entire premise of Sheldon's character development, especially the relationship between him and his family. How could the writers not notice this? One fan tweeted, "We've been watching The Big Bang Theory for over a decade, and now this whole George Jr. thing feels out of place." Others have pointed out that young Sheldon was supposed to complement The Big Bang Theory, not conflict with it. The entire premise of the show was to explore the origins of Sheldon Cooper and the early dynamics with his family, but fans argue that these inconsistencies just don't add up. How can George Jr. suddenly become a more competent character in the prequel when he's constantly portrayed as a walking punchline in the original show? It's frustrating for viewers who want the two shows to align properly. Some fans even claim that this mistake is a symptom of a larger issue with young Sheldon, that it's constantly making small mistakes and inconsistencies that add up over time. Whether it's missteps in character portrayal, timeline issues, or missed details, fans are starting to question whether the creators of young Sheldon are simply getting lazy with their storytelling. Is there any hope for a resolution? It seems unlikely that the creators of young Sheldon will ever address the contradiction directly. The show has already moved past several seasons, and it's unlikely that a reboot or rewriting of previous episodes is on the horizon. Some fans, however, are holding out hope that the inconsistency will eventually be acknowledged in future seasons. Could the show fix things with a major storyline or a plot twist that explains George Jr.'s sudden evolution? Some fans believe that the writers might be planning a big reveal that will make sense of the inconsistencies. Perhaps they're setting up a storyline where Sheldon reflects on how his memories of George Jr. have shifted over time, or maybe Sheldon's perspective has always been biased, and the prequel simply shows a different, more nuanced view of his family. But for now, many fans are left to wonder why such a glaring mistake was allowed to slip through the cracks. It's a mistake that may never be fully corrected, and fans are understandably upset about it. Whether it's the inconsistency between the two shows, the missed opportunities for character development, or the feeling that the writers didn't take enough care, one thing is certain. Young Sheldon has been called out for its biggest mistake, and fans are not happy about it. The future of young Sheldon, can it recover? Despite this massive oversight, Young Sheldon still has a large and dedicated fan base. Many continue to enjoy the show for its heartfelt moments, humorous situations, and clever nods to the Big Bang Theory. However, it's clear that the biggest mistake the show has made might overshadow its future success. Will this mistake be a deal-breaker for longtime fans, or will the show manage to recover? Only time will tell. As more fans catch on to this glaring mistake, we'll have to wait and see if the writers address it, or if the inconsistency will remain a permanent feature of young Sheldon's legacy. So, what do you think? Is young Sheldon's biggest mistake unforgivable, or is it something fans can overlook? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.